So, hi, I'm Lieutenant Vu, and this is a commentated run for 8-Bit Space. It's also my first run because I just finished learning this game a few days ago, and I figured I might as well throw together both commentary so I can submit to GDQ and a run so I can submit to the leaderboard. So, I'm just going to quickly get started with it. Time's going to start as soon as I select difficulty right here, and it will end when I enter the portal at the end. So, we'll get started with this. 3, 2, 1, let's go! So, a little bit of loading. I'm gonna mash through this, but the gist of what this is all saying is that we just discovered a new solar system, and in this solar system is a bunch of we just discovered a new area of solar systems, and in this area is several solar systems, and in each of these solar systems is a temple, and each of those temples is a relic. And if we collect those 5 relics, we can open up a portal which is in a final solar system, and we can see what's through there. So, this category is called All Relics. It's not called that on the leaderboard as of the time I'm doing this run, because as of right now, there's just a 90% category and a 100% category. But when I was doing my casual playthrough, I found a really game-breaking glitch that lets you beat the game within 2 minutes. So I'm going to submit this, and along with a run of the new 90% to the leaderboard, and tell the mod to change the category. But for the time being, this category is still considered 90%, so we've got to go through and collect all the relics and then go through the teleporter at the end. So, we need these gems that I'm collecting in 3 specific levels across the 5 in order to unlock the temple to get to the relic. So, first optimization. We don't really want to watch the cutscene of going through the exit teleporter, so we can just pause and quit to get out of that. On to the second level. I forgot to split. Oh, the danger of doing commentary at the same time. So, some levels have keys in them that you need to be able to get to the gem, others don't. It's not too much difference. Gonna do a death warp here, like I was doing earlier. And double back to the exit teleporter for this level. So, there's a lot of random cycles and optimization in this game. It's not so easy to explain. 2 small mechanics. This game has the tiniest bit of coyote jump. And I didn't demonstrate it here, I'll demonstrate it in a minute, hopefully. You do have the ability to jump up through the platforms. So, for example, you can get an auto boost jump just by walking through there. Now, we did death warp for both of the last 2 levels to get that quickly, but in this case it's not actually a good idea because we came all this way up in order to get to the gem, and now the exit portal is actually just right over here. Well, in this direction. It's not right over here, but it's certainly better to just come straight from the gem rather than death warping. Missed my split a little bit there, but who cares. So, first temple, and we're just going to run in here, use the gems to open up the door, quickly grab the relic, and once again, we're just going to pause and quit. Well, at least we will if I hit pause. Anyway, first relic down. On to the next system. This level has some really cool movement right at the beginning, and I'm hoping I can manage to nail it. So we're gonna jump, hit our heads on that platform, and then we're gonna launch ourselves up across the upward moving platform in order to get through there. And we're just gonna quickly weave through here. And am I making this? I am. Just barely able to make it over that. And we should also just barely be able... Oh! Dang it. I should have jumped up. You can sometimes manage to get a jump off of that platform even as it's moving downward and back up. So, you have to wait here. I got that one, though. It's a fun little clip that's also pretty tight. Gonna have to wait for both of these guys to move in order to get over the gem here. Easy enough, though. And get here and out. Questioning myself on where the exit was for a moment. This level's also pretty fun. We can see the gem right down there. The annoying part is, the key's up here, which you also might have saw when we first came in. And we're gonna have to wait for this platform to come all the way back down. And then we'll proceed on here. Grab gem. Slip through some cycles here. Wait a little bit. Yeah. Oh. Somewhat schmancy grab. And we're gonna die here. And come through this area. Here's our exit. Moving along very nicely, actually. I have to say, I do like having splits because it is useful to remember where the heck all of the gems are. Not an easy thing to memorize. Gonna have to wait and go over these guys. And we're gonna have to wait for this guy to go back up. Could probably make that, but I'm not gonna risk it for a marathon, or my first run. Now we drop down here. Gem. Come over here for a key. So we can get through that door right there, as a matter of fact. And we'll climb up and out. And we'll head into Temple V. That was less than optimal. This temple, the teleporter out is actually behind the relic, or behind us from the relic. Oh. Thought I hit over. Apparently not. Okay. So C-3 I have conflicted problems with because it's really hard and there's two cycles, or two ways you can do it based off of whether you want a death warp or not. And I'm still figuring out which one's faster. Because I like to do my own research on that kind of stuff. And it's hard to tell. Wow. That was my first big mistake. That is... It's a lot of things. It's funny, it's ridiculous, it's a little bit sad. But what you gonna do? Huh. Okay. So that is really unfortunate because it means that I can't do the second death warp, because I need to do a third one. Or do it. Gosh, alright. I really don't want to death warp now because I don't want to risk dying in the later section, which is also pretty probable. So I'm going to jump back over this guy, and we're going to come back through here. And I'm going to wait for that, because it's really not worth the risk. I'll go for that, though. So, I'm going to take advantage of the jump up through the platforms, climb all the way back up here, and continue up this way. Grab the gem here. And proceeding on. Down through here. Whew. So far, so good. C4! The explosive level. But chin. Not really. I probably could have gone for that. I didn't, though. Got an annoying enemy here who likes to spike down on you. He gets in the way quite often, actually. He's annoying. Gotta come up here for a very well-hidden key, which is extremely irritating to find casually. Now we'll proceed up through here. Got a little bit more jumping off of the platform, all wild-like. Get around that guy, duck under this guy, come through the door, which is what we needed the key for. Drop down here for the gem. Now we double back here right to the exit. All well and good. Whew. Okay, C5, we're starting to get into some really complicated movement around levels and some weird routes. So I hope I remember all this correctly, because I do sometimes still get lost in this. Whoop. Nope. Gonna have to wait for that guy to turn around again. Wait for this green platform to get up out of our way. Grab this, and we will death warp here. Okay, back this way, but this time, we wait for this guy a little bit, and we go through this upper section now. Da-da-da. Some very nice. Whoop, that's not. Okay, upsy daisy. Wait for this guy. I'm still not sure whether all of these, where all the enemies spawn is RNG. Because it seems like it's fairly consistent, and then sometimes it feels like it's not. Anyway, another death warp, because the exit is right here. Third temple. We are blazing along. I do like the colors in these. It's so nice. This one's a little bit more movement. Poof. Three down, 2 to go. And we're still not into the really good stuff yet. I need a bit of a break from talking. I'm just gonna shut up for a minute. Or at least talk less. Grab this key. Quick death warp. Back the other way. Excuse me. I'm not going to take that cycle. We'll wait. Well, that gave me a bad cycle here, too. Okay. A little bit more waiting than I'd like to do, but I can't complain. This guy as well. Gem. Oh, no! Do not fall down there. I do not want to fall on the enemy. So, D4, you can already see the key up there. We're gonna go get it. Just gonna have to go the long way around. This game, unfortunately, does not have wall jumping. Make our way through here. Ups it easy. Wait for the crab again. Come over here and grab the key. And then back to the right. Here's the gem right here. Just barely gonna slip under this guy, I hope. This is another one where I'm not sure whether or not the death flips faster. I'm gonna have to really do some optimization and time it. Oh, that was close. Okay, phew. We're through that safe and sound. Oh boy, I was afraid of this. Yeah, this game just seems to get super laggy sometimes. Don't worry, we'll just reopen it. I didn't leave the file browser open. Oh well. Let's move on to D5. This one is going to take a while, because we've got a lot more careful platforming, a lot more waiting on enemies. Ideally, not a lot of dying. But you never know. We're being careful here. Patience. Okay. Carefully make my way around these. Gonna fall down here into this very secret-looking area. And here's our gem. Get up here, please. That was dangerous, honestly. Now, no death warping, because we did make our way over this way. Boing. Jump over the spikes. And here's our exit. Capital D. Another fine time to read donations, honestly. Shoo fly, don't bother me. A little bit of vertical movement this time. And once again, we pass by the teleporter on our way in, but we won't double back. Alright! One more system! And I, once again, kind of forgot which level is the gems we're in. Fancy climbing again. Come over here for a key. These guys are really annoying. Always seems like you wait on them here. Because I can't jump here or I'd hit my head into them. And that's owie. Now, this is another level that's rather risky, so I am going to play it safe and just fall back down here instead of dying. And I went the wrong way. Gosh darn it. Right first, and then left for the exit. Whoa. And then I'm not going to die here either, just for the sake of caution. Not that there's that much risk of dying on the way over here or in the next room, but it's better to be safe than sorry in this particular case. Because I do so hate that slug. There we go. 2 more levels. 4 if you count Temple E and the teleporter level. Gonna make our way all the way down here. Dang it, it was the other way. What am I thinking? I won't do that at G to Q, I promise. Oh! Oh, that was foolish. That was extremely foolish. I didn't need to try and go for that. It's completely unnecessary. Okay, let's be a little bit more careful. There we go. Now we've got it. Now we can die. And I gotta remember I can't death warp again, because I only have 3 lives. So let's just carefully wait for the crab to get out of the way. Drop back down here. We'll wait for Blob away too. And we'll head for the exit over here. Whew! A little bit risky. E5. Wait for this guy. Got a little ways to go here, but it's not too far. There's the teleporter, and there's the gem. But first, we need the key to get the gem. Which, unfortunately, is not that short way down there, but this long, long way over here. With some very annoyingly placed enemies. Yep, now I've got to wait for that guy to come down, so that I can jump over to the left. Then I've got to do some careful timing here, so that I don't run into the little spinny dude. And no, I can't death warp, because it's so much faster to just wait and double back through here, rather than die and go all the way back up again. Oh! Gotta practice a little bit more patience here. Okay, got the gem. Now we can die. And the teleporter is actually right up here. And this is pretty good for a first run, all things considered, I'd say. And for the last time we see the teleporter that we won't go into. Alright! We've got everything! System X! Which fortunately has only 1 planet. Now a nice quick jump up. Short cutscene. As we put all the relics in. This has been a solid run. This will be in a solid run for GDQ. I feel Lieutenant Boo. This has been amazing. And we just need to quickly get up to the teleporter. And ideally, once again, we have enough time to watch the ending, because where else would we end up but 1-1? And we are indeed not in Kansas anymore. We are in Pennsylvania. Thank you, Simon Turner. Thank you, Yal. Thank you, Andrea Baroni. Thank you, McGuy215. And thank you, Daniela Matthew. Accidental world record on first run and GDQ submission. How about that, Apples?